Let me tell you a story.
Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
I'm Aaron, the believer.
And here we are.
Yeah, we're here.
Yet again.
We're going to be great. We came in hot and heavy last week.
Sure did. We'll be light and airy this time.
We're so light and airy.
I'm not going to promise anything.
If I had a penny for every time people said I was light and airy.
You would be in the negative.
Yeah, it's true. Here's a weird question for you. Are you ready?
Always.
I went to Kroger, and listen, we're not turning this political.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm not saying like, what do you say in a current situation? How do you respond to this? I went to Kroger the other day, and I had one headphone in.
Okay.
And a very good-looking, stylish gentleman walked near me.
Hello.
And said something. And I was like, what? What? Why are you talking to me? So I like took out my headphone. I was like, what? And he goes, I said, what's good? And I was like, oh, how do you respond to that? Because then I went, oh, I have my headphone in. I was so awkward. And then I walked away, and then I was like, how are you supposed to respond to that? What's good?
Like, you are.
I know. What's good? I don't know.
Me.
Not me in this moment.
Maybe, is that a call and response?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or do you just say, yeah, what is good?
Nothing's good with me. What's good with you? Are you better than I'm doing right now? I don't know.
Anyway, you just dissect it. You're just going to come out the nerd.
It was not cool the way I handled it.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like it.
I mean, it's a good thing. I'm not looking for anybody. I'm happily married. He just was very cool. And he probably was not like hitting on me, but
that was his way of greeting people.
What's good?
What's good? What's good? I don't know. What is good?
I made him repeat it. That was awkward. Like, you could tell he didn't want to repeat it.
He's like, once is cool.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
Twice. Nope. Come on now. He should have just walked away. Now that would have been cool. Like, I said it. I said, what's good? You're not on board. I'm out.
Yeah, I know. I ruined it. Anyways, how have you been?
Good. I got to see so many fun people on Saturday night.
Oh, well, that's lovely. And then you got to see fun people on Sunday. You just had a really friend weekend.
I really did. It was very friend forward, and I
didn't
go
to either thing. It's fine. I wasn't invited.
Listen, it was David Doyle's birthday party.
Okay, I've met David Doyle.
I know. I'm sorry, but it was his birthday party.
I've never met David Doyle enough to be invited to a birthday party.
But I always love when I get to see David Doyle. And
how could you not?
Right. And it was at Whitney's house. And then special guest, fan favorite, Robbie Lewis walked in.
Oh, Robbie.
I know. I was so excited to get to see Robbie. I haven't seen Robbie in probably 15 years.
Oh, my goodness.
I know, for such a long time. And then I got to meet his lovely boyfriend, Jesus, and they apparently listened to us on the way down from Chicago.
That's hilarious.
It was so funny. He was like, we just got done listening to you. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so weird. So weird to me that you listen, and I love every second of it.
Yeah.
Now, tell me how funny I am.
Right. Yeah. What was the funniest thing I said last episode?
Right. I bet we were hysterical. You should tell the whole party. Tell everybody. No, he was so sweet. He was like, yeah. He said he'll have regulars come in and be like, did you listen this week? I'm like, no, you do not.
Goodness.
He's like, oh, yeah, I do. He's like, I've turned them all on to it. I was like,
wait, what does he do?
He's bartender.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I know. That's why he was a fan favorite.
Oh, way to go. Yeah, guys, be more like Robbie.
I mean,
I've always said it.
Yeah, isn't it a saying? Be more like Robbie. But that's what fan favorite will do, Aaron. It makes people want to get out there and hustle. It's like, oh, I've been a fan favorite. Right. I better make sure I continue this.
Sure, of course.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's why we do it.
Mm-hmm.
You do it. That's why you do it.
No, and then I went to a Friendsgiving on Sunday. Took my children to my one of my good friends' very gorgeous, brand new home.
Ooh, I heard all about it this morning.
Oh, it was beautiful.
There's a lake. Yeah. There was a snapping turtle that was fast and chased miles.
Yeah, you really get to hear all the secondhand information.
I really do. I get to hear it twice. I get to hear it in the morning. And then on the way home, he's like, did I tell you about this part? And we're like, you did. And he's like, oh, well, I don't think I told you that. It was hidden at first. And then we go back into
So
I get to hear it twice at least. Nice. I'll probably hear it tomorrow.
Boy, he is just like our mom. He loves to tell a good story more than once. But yeah, he had a great time, but I was a nervous wreck the whole time.
Oh.
Because when I say this place was gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like out of a magazine gorgeous. And I don't take my kids to like
No.
Kroger in fear that they're going to ruin something.
Yeah.
Let alone. But everybody was like, yeah, we're all bringing our kids. I was holding my breath the whole time. And I got to say, I am not glad that he got hurt, but I am so glad that Beth's son was the only one that knocked over furniture.
Oh, thank goodness. He's still little still. That's so
He's
cute.
still little and he was climbing. Well, he's like a year younger than Macy James, but the whole time I was like, Macy, stop climbing on their brand new couch. She already said you can't eat on it, so I know you're not supposed to climb on it. Like, stop, like the whole time. And then Sullivan was doing the same thing, Beth's son. And then sure enough, he got up on a table and that table fell over and he hurt his little foot. But inside of me, I was going, oh, I hope he's okay. So glad it wasn't my kid.
Yeah, 100%. And then you'd be like, oh my gosh, did you all see Beth's kid? No, I'm kidding.
Right. I'll throw her under the bus real fast.
Right, 100%. Whose house was it?
Jacqueline's.
Oh, fun. That's awesome.
It was a great time.
Yeah, it sounded incredible. I mean, I've been your friend my whole life, and I've never been invited to your friend giving. It's fine.
Well, next year, if it's at her house, you're definitely going to go because it is amazing. Got to see it.
Oh, I'm such a mooch for an invite.
Okay, what else is there to talk about?
Bad Sisters has come back on Apple TV.
Ooh, I'm so excited. Have you seen it yet?
I've seen the first 2 episodes.
Okay.
They're coming out like one at a time.
Ugh, I hate that.
I love Bad Sisters.
I do too.
I'm a little concerned because the first season was perfection.
Yeah.
And it was like very based on the fact of something that would have only happened once.
Right.
So I'm a little concerned.
Like, where are they going to go now?
Right. So I'm not sold yet, but I love the sisters so much.
I do too.
It's on Apple TV.
Just
Irish.
great chemistry.
Great chemistry. They're all very Irish. I love them so much.
Mm-hmm. Which one's your favorite Bad Sister?
The one whose eye got shot at.
Yes,
Bibi.
me too. The eye patch.
Yeah.
She's my favorite.
Bibi. She's the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just I want to be Bibi.
Yeah, me too.
She's kind of like if you were to compare them to Powerpuff Girls, she would be.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, now I can't think of the name. Not Bubbles.
The
not
dark
Blossom,
hair one.
Buttercup. She'd be Buttercup, and Buttercup was always my favorite.
There you go.
Because she like embodies the attitude I wish I had all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it. But I will say, I was thinking this the other day. Our neighborhood definitely thinks I'm the bitchy sister.
Oh, yeah. Well, you are.
I know. But like, if you knew me well, you wouldn't be like, oh yeah, Erin, she's
if
bitch.
you knew us very well, you know that I was the bitchy one.
Yeah, really,
Yeah,
truly.
it is true.
But
That's
I really
true.
come off bitchier.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm just a little colder.
You're not you. Well,
It takes me a minute to warm up.
it does. And you're not, you're not one to be like, all the neighborhood kids come in and everybody gets a snack.
Yeah, no, I don't like that.
Yeah, I do that
I try.
a lot.
I'm like, go play outside, all of you, including mine, out of here, you rascals.
you little rascals. Yeah, and so because of that, they don't ever go to your house.
Yeah,
So I just look like the really good neighbor who,
Yeah.
but here's my secret. It's really just because I have that backyard. I'm like, go through the house. Here's a popsicle on your way out. Go outside and entertain my kids. Lovely.
yeah, that's true. First of all, the neighbor 2 doors down, who their son,
Yeah.
he waves to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He waves to me. Like clearly, his parents have been like, wave to your neighbors, like be nice, wave to your parents. So he waves to me, but he waves so mean.
Like get away.
Yes.
Not like, hello.
To Kevin, he waves palms up, like, hey. To me, he like shoos me away. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Kevin was like,
I
no, he
love that.
doesn't. I said, watch him. Watch him wave to me. And he like looked, trying to not make eye contact so he wouldn't have to wave.
Uh-huh.
And then made eye contact and was like,
Oh, I see
It was
her.
so like, yep, here it is. There's your wave. Get out of here. I'm like, I'm sorry. I also don't care that much.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. And it's been that way every neighborhood I've ever lived in.
Yeah, you just don't really care about your neighbors, which is a strange thing.
But like, I would think it's lovely to have community.
Sure,
In
do
theory,
you?
in theory, I just am not going to make the effort. In Owensboro, everybody thought Kevin was the friendly one out of the 2 of us. I'm
Yeah.
like, Kevin doesn't talk to anybody. And our neighbors refuse to talk to me, and they all talk to Kevin. I'm like, I don't know what
Do you
I'm,
know all of our neighbors' names?
I know most of them. And I feel like if you quiz me like with names, I could say, oh, they live in that house.
Oh, but not reverse. If I'm like, who lives in the house to the left of me?
Oh.
Like if you're looking at my,
If I'm looking at your house on the left, Rob and
what's her name?
is it Sarah? No. What does it start with?
You would think she kind of looks like a Sarah. NH.
I've met really nice Sarahs. Don't put that in. What is she listening?
No, you totally need to put it in because Sarah, 2 doors down.
Yeah, Sarah's 2 doors down.
Actually listens
That's
to
true.
podcasts and she'll crack up at that.
That is true. And she's probably the one who I can't think of her name is probably just the me of this situation where she's like, I'm actually nice in person.
Yeah, I think she is.
Okay, hold on. Rob and it starts with an H?
Mm-hmm. What? I can only think of one name that starts with
Hannah.
an H. Okay, 2 names.
Like it's not Hannah.
Heather.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, but I didn't know Rob.
Well, there you go.
Because that one time when we were smoking pot outside and you were like, be cool. And then finally you were like, oh, you can probably smell it. I'm like, yeah, you think?
No, I was like, just don't laugh too much.
Just stop
That's
laughing.
what's going to give us away.
Oh my gosh. That was so funny. That was the night. Did we ever talk about this on the podcast?
I don't know.
I was like, I've never been able to smoke pot. Smoke and have a better pace and have it do anything. Like, I don't think I inhale right. And so you were trying to explain it to me and you compared it to the Fraggle Rocks.
Yeah, like they're down there, they're all working hard, and you just got to like take it all the way in and picture them like, yeah. I had a whole thing happening in my head.
I have to tell you, it did not help at all. I was like, nope, still don't feel it.
I remember laughing a lot when I was trying to explain it. And I also remember in my head, it made 100% perfect sense.
Well, that makes one of us.
I think we have talked about this on the podcast because we also talked about your little people in the gas can.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's got to be how we segued into that.
Surely. I can't think of anything else.
Right.
But Fraggle Rock, I mean, I feel like Fraggle Rock was the reason why we had such vivid imaginations.
That had to be the link there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, there's all that.
There's full stop.
All right. So my story tonight is from a Reddit user named Anonymous.
Oh.
Not really.
No.
I'm just keeping them anonymous. All right. So this story is called The House That Freaked Out the Builders and Landscapers.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And I just felt like we needed to get like back to just like
a ghost.
Classic hauntings.
Yeah.
You ready for it?
I'm so ready.
Okay. Well, I'm not because I don't know how to pronounce this first word. How would you pronounce Hoath? It's the name of a village.
Hoath.
Okay. I was thinking that, but then my mind went to, I don't know, Hoth. Okay. Hoath is a little village near Canterbury and Surrey.
Oh.
I don't know what country we're in.
Pretty sure England.
Probably England. Out on the old marshes that were once the Wonstum.
Maybe they're Scottish.
Maybe. The Wonstum. So I'd say that.
The Wonstum.
The Wonstum channel.
I knew they'd say theater.
Theater.
It's my favorite word to say with an accent.
You should see her mouth when she does it.
They say,
pulls her whole mouth over to the side when she does it.
They say the H. They pronounce the H.
Theater.
I think that's spot on. It. If we have anybody who's listening in Scotland or Ireland, please tell me how much I nailed that.
A few years ago in don't we have Natalie?
Yeah, I don't know if she still listens. Natalie,
if you're still listening, let us know. A few years ago in 2014, my landscaping company were called to a job in a beautiful house there. The house was a converted barn and had been bought by the new owners who wanted some work to be done there before moving in, as often the case. So the first step was to visit the property and take a look to come up with the price for the job. There was a great deal of land surrounding the property with extensive gardens. Oh, I bet it was beautiful.
Yeah.
That had fallen into a state of disrepair. After visiting the property, I returned saying that the place gave me the creeps, and that although it was empty and isolated several hundred yards from the next dwelling, it felt like I was being watched. Obviously, everyone laughed at me. I priced the job, which was a very big one.
Nice.
And would need us to be on the site for about 5 days, and forgot the whole thing. So just, whatever. Just got a little creepy vibe. No big deal.
You have to be outside most of the time.
Yeah,
Does that
that's
make it
true.
better or worse?
I don't know. But you'd feel like you're being watched.
Yeah, surrounded outside.
Surrounded
that's scary.
outside.
Ugh, yikes.
As it turned out, we were given the contract for the garden clearance and various tree work, and we booked for a few weeks at a time. When we arrived on site, there was a crew of builders there already who were working inside the house and living there for a couple of weeks while they carried out the renovations.
Wow, that seems like a lot.
I guess.
Living there.
I mean, I guess if it's like an empty house that's way far out,
yeah,
might as well just live there. When we arrived, we said our hellos, and John, I don't know who John is, by the way,
Okay.
And John asked what they thought of the house. The reply was, "It's a lovely place, but haunted as fuck."
Oh, wow. But haunted as fuck.
But haunted as fuck.
Oh, I want to hear about it, John. I don't know why they're all pirates.
Can you make a theater? Can you do a whole theater drama?
If I packed a house, could you show me what it would like if you were on theater?
There you go. I don't know how to work the word theater in there.
I know. Oh, yeah, you're such good at reenacting. It was like I was at the theater.
There it is. Golden.
It's so fun to say. Theater.
Okay.
Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm done.
She's not done. She's going to say theater about 20 more times in this one episode.
I'll say it better, though.
Mm-hmm. We laughed and asked why they thought that, and they told us that all night they could hear banging coming from empty rooms.
Mind your business.
Right? Their tools were being moved around. They heard whispering, and one had even received a phone call from a distant voice that couldn't be understood from the number 00000.
Ooh, that's weird.
Mm-hmm. He showed us the call record to prove it was on his mobile phone. Interested, but still not entirely convinced, we got on with our work. Joe, I don't know who Joe is. I don't know who John is. Don't know who John or Joe is. Joe told us that the back courtyard garden gave him the willies. But apart from that, I'm just waiting for you to say willies.
Thought about saying it, and then I didn't. I was like, I don't know if I can commit to that. Gave me the willies.
There you go. But apart from that, day one was uneventful. On day two, it was quiet in the morning. Then in the afternoon, I went inside for a coffee. While I was there was a knocking sound coming from one of the back rooms. Nobody was in there, but it could have been, they're like, let me think what it could have been. It could have just been someone in one of the garden areas knocking against the wooden walls from outside while doing some job or another. But then there was a sound like wallpaper being unrolled or a poster falling off of a wall.
That is
something like that.
So specific.
Very specific. It came from the hall. Then out of the hall, a shadow shot through the kitchen and out of the front door.
Ooh.
I was alone in the house at the time, and after looking at every angle, the only way the shadow could have been cast was by the kitchen lights in the middle of the room. But there was nothing to cast it. I was starting to become a believer. On day 3, Paul, we got Paul, John, and Joe.
Aren't these all of the Beatles? No, I'm just kidding.
I think so.
Ringo? Are you there?
Yep, he's out working in the garden. On day 3, Paul, one of the builders, was having an argument with somebody on the phone. When he hung up, he said, "I can't believe that. The driver from the skip company says that he won't come here to pick up the skip unless we can promise there's someone on site to meet him because he reckons that he saw some." I love he reckons.
Because he reckons.
He reckons he saw something here when he dropped off the skip before we were on the job, and it's definitely haunted.
Oh, man. All he would have to do is drop it off? Drop it off and go?
Yeah, he wouldn't even come unless somebody else was there.
Dang.
I mean, I guess you probably have to load it. I don't really know what a skip is, but
yeah.
I'm guessing it does something important to renovations.
I know a skid is like a pallet full of something, whatever you put on a pallet, depending on what you ordered.
Well, maybe the skip is what puts it up on the pallet.
Yeah, or maybe a skip is a Scottish version or an English version of a skid. I don't know.
Who knows? Not me. I'll tell you that.
I just know that from my many days of being a professional skid orderer.
Yeah, that sounds so dirty.
So dumb.
It really sounds dirty.
It really felt dirty, actually.
It I guess it's like Skeet. That's what it sounds like to me. Like,
is
golly.
Skeet like come?
Yeah. Girl.
When they say, Skeet.
Yes. Are you just now making that connection? From the window to the wall, Aaron, what do you think is going everywhere? What do you think is going all over this room?
Hell.
Not like good vibes.
I hope good vibes.
Skeet.
Oh. Like how you censored. Goddamn.
I know. Aren't you proud of me? I'm really growing. But you didn't. That was funny.
Yeah. You mouthed it, which was weird for a audio.
Well, it all of a sudden felt weird to like use that term with Skeet. Even though I've sung that song a million times.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why you got to do the Mary Underwood version. Gosh darn. That's what she does.
Yeah. Well, does she know she's talking about cum?
I don't know. I never knew.
If I'm wrong, somebody tell me. But I swear to you, I'm not wrong.
I mean, I believe you.
I
have no reason
Google, but that
to
seems a little dirty to ask Google that question. I feel like Google will be like, oh, my.
What?
Oh, my.
It would say, I don't know, but I found this article. If you really must read it.
Golly. Yeah, with just dripping with
Ew, don't say
judgment.
dripping right now.
Did not even think of that. When he did arrive, he said that when he dropped off the skip the first time, he knew that the place was empty, but he saw someone moving around in there.
Ugh.
And while he was unloading the skip, the radio in his lorry,
No?
don't know what that is, in his lorry came on loud with a load of static.
Oh.
Okay. Loads
That's weird.
and skeets and all the things.
All the things.
In a lorry. Whew,
Oh.
golly.
Well, I knew a Lori in high school. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I didn't even.
This is spelled Lorry.
Okay.
Okay. Day 4 was quiet apart from the knocking and banging, which we all got used to by then, even though it was louder than before. And I mean, I feel like that's a little something.
Yeah.
And definitely not one of us messing about. On day 5, a guy turned up to put in a new TV aerial, and that involved some wiring being fitted in the back room where most of the noises came from. A few hours in, he was having a coffee with everyone else in the kitchen and said that he'd be glad when he was done with this job because that room was creeping him out.
I'll be glad when I'm done with this job. That room is.
Why do they all
creeping me
sound like
out.
they're on a ship?
I don't know. I'm
Every
very
time
piratey when I talk in an accent.
You're very piratey. I've never thought of pirates as Scottish, but now it's all I can think of.
That's weird to me. That's the weirdest thing you've said tonight.
Are they all Scottish?
In
Are
my
pirates
head,
Scottish?
yes.
Oh, I just thought.
Aye, matey.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to the theatre before we walk the plank.
Why are all the pirates going to the theater?
I don't know. Why wouldn't you?
I just don't think they're supposed to be Scottish. You just make them sound Scottish tonight.
How many pirate? That sounds like a perfect pirate,
Okay.
and it sounds pretty spot on Scottish accent. If you are asking me,
Sure. He said that he was sure he kept hearing someone walking around in there, but there was nobody inside the house,
Ugh.
let alone in that room. The final thing that happened while we were working there was that another contractor turned up to do some light fitting. I mean, they've got everybody coming from everywhere for this job. I would love to see the finished
Aw,
job.
skeet, motherfucker.
Really, they're literally to the window,
Everyone's
to the wall,
coming from
renovating.
everywhere.
Oh my God. Aaron Taylor, you're not even right.
You said it. You said it.
Oh my gosh, you're a mess. Okay, that made my face turn red.
That room's a mess.
So dirty. So dirty. I just keep picturing like a fire hose. I'm like, that is so gross.
I picture when I hear that song now,
Yeah.
I just picture so many men standing in a room jerking off, right?
I mean, it's got to be.
I mean, why is it going everywhere?
I feel like he thinks that that's how much he has. I think it's like one guy, like, yeah, I'll go all the way from the window to the wall. Like he's super impressed.
But
with
like,
that.
shouldn't you be putting that in towards a vessel?
Like, one would think.
Like, why is it just spraying all over? Is that a pro masturbation song? I think it is. It's like, listen, I can't help it. To the windows,
masturbation song.
to the walls.
I love that you say that like it's a genre. Oh, is that one of those masturbation songs?
I'm pretty sure we have a masturbation anthem now.
Oh, if there was one, it would be that one for
Yeah.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get back to this very spooky story. I like how when I started this, I'm like, it's a good one.
It is a good
All
one.
we've talked about the whole time is coming all over walls.
Well, you never know what
it's
you're going to get.
Disgusting. Okay. While he was in there, in where? I forget what we're talking about. Hold on. Okay, let's start from this.
Okay.
The final thing that happened while we were working there was that another contractor turned up to do some of the light fittings and parked outside the house. While he was in there, his van radio came on really loud with a lot of static, just like the skip driver had said happened to him when he was there before.
Huh.
A few weeks after we'd been there, the new owner had moved in, and John and I went over to visit them and settle up with the bill one evening after work. John was curious and asked the owner if he was enjoying living there. He obviously read between the lines a bit. Maybe he'd already been asked about the place by one of the other contractors, and he responded by saying, "It's a beautiful house, but I must say it takes on a completely different feeling at night.
Ugh.
It's not such a nice place when it gets dark."
Oh, that's awful. It doesn't sound like that nice of a place during the day.
Oh, I don't. It sounds beautiful to me.
I mean, it sounds beautiful, but like all of this activity during the day
It's happening all the time.
when there's so many people
So
around.
imagine at night. Oh.
I want to go there so bad with you.
Me too. I would just, like, is it for sale? Surely they're just giving it away at this point, right?
Yeah, right. I'm sure it's switched hands so many times.
Yeah, I don't believe in it, so I'll just take it.
Okay.
We returned to work there a couple more times on smaller jobs, but as the clients were living there full time now, we didn't spend much time in the actual house itself. But on one occasion, we were in the kitchen in the evening having a cup of tea with the owner when in the back room there was a huge crash, like a wardrobe being pushed over.
Ooh.
The owner just put his finger up to his mouth and whispered, "Please, just pretend like you didn't hear that. We don't want to scare the children."
What children?
I think their own children. Oh my gosh, you dork. What children? Oh, brother. Their own children.
Okay.
Like they're like, we're just like, we're trying to like make things calm.
Okay. You know what I would do instead? Be like, oops, mommy knocked over that wardrobe again.
I would instantly go, who did that? I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
It's got to be one of the children that did it.
Yeah, what if it was one of the children that did it?
That would be my debunk.
Oh my
It's been
gosh.
children the whole time.
They weren't there during the
That you know
all the
of.
construction.
That you know, it's a lot like Shelby's house. She's got children running around willy-nilly all the time. We do a lot of work on repossessed houses, and then parentheses, no pun intended, and houses going through probate. So we visit a lot of empty properties, often where the owner has recently died. And I've never, in over 10 years, been as creeped out by a place like I was at this one.
Ooh, that's so spooky.
There you go. Classic haunting.
That was a classic haunting. Very well done. Thank you, Anonymous.
Yes, thank you so much.
Well, your debunk.
Oh, well, I mean, I just think there's a lot of people around. I feel like banging can be explained by the fact that you don't know what one contractor's doing from the next. You got like 10 different contractors.
But nobody was there when the
You got all of the Beatles band there. They're banging on something.
They came with the landscaper.
Mm-hmm.
But the skip driver.
I also just think when I was reading this, I thought really could be, and I know I'm going classic, but could be a squatter. You've got an empty house that's been empty for a while. They're renovating it now. It could be somebody who has been living there and it's like, I want to spook you off. I want to scare you guys off. This is like my territory. I've been living here for a while.
How's he controlling the radio?
Well, how are radios controlled? It's like magic. Nobody
Not
really
remotely.
knows.
From inside the house.
Could be. What if this is like the most tech savvy squatter you've ever met?
He's just remotely
Yeah.
like
he is.
hacking into their lorry.
He's got a little aluminum foil hat on,
Oh
and he
my
can
gosh.
just turn it a certain way, and there goes the static.
Good grief.
Or maybe they just like live close to like a power plant or something, and static comes in and out. I don't know.
I don't know. I really got nothing for that one. Fully stumped.
No, I'm not fully stumped. I feel like static sometimes happens. They're way out in the country.
But that guy was inside working. His van, I'm sure, was off.
So he thought, what if he had
Oh.
it turned on? What if the music was playing and then, whatever, the wind blew and all of a sudden now it's static?
Whatever. You don't go inside to hang a TV. Was he the guy hanging the TV?
Yeah, I think it was like Ariel. Like I think
It's
he was
going to
doing
take a minute. Areola.
No, but your mind just always got to go somewhere. An aerial. It's a TV aerial.
Okay. What's
That's
that?
what it said. I don't know. It's what it said in the thing. Ariel. I can see it right now.
You say it so like,
Ariel.
duh, Megan, Aaron. Well, that was
Well,
weird.
yeah, it's what it said in the thing. I'm not a contractor. I don't know what it means.
All right. Well, you're
But
wrong.
I do know what skeet means, and you're welcome for all that, everybody.
You think you know, but you have no idea. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm looking it up right now.
Okay. While you do that, should I get more wine?
Sure.
Okay, I'm back with more wine. Did you find out the...
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
It's very dirty. I just Googled, what does the song Skeet Skeet mean? Skeet is slang. It's typically used to refer to ejaculation.
Oh.
And when used in a song, it usually implies a sexual act or suggestive behavior.
Masturbation.
Yes, often associated with the idea of shooting something. And then I like ask questions like this, and this person says, "Why Skeet? Seriously? Skeet means ejaculate. This song takes place in a nightclub. Is he ejaculating in a nightclub?"
To the windows into the
And
walls.
the walls. I just love that person's
Oh.
like, so like, hold on. The logistics of this are crazy. Oh, yep. So that's gross.
That's really gross.
There's
really
your
dirty.
lesson in dirty song lyrics.
I just kind of thought skeet was like a funny word. Like, oh, skeet.
Aaron, I
Skeet,
cannot
skeet.
believe you've listened to those lyrics and you've never thought what he's talking about.
I mean, there's a part where he says, till the sweat drops off my balls. I got that part.
Yeah, all the stuff.
I understood that part because I know what
Okay.
sweat is.
Yeah. Oh, you're so innocent.
I've just never seen it on the windows and the walls. Well, thank goodness.
Thank goodness. I would be so pissed.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, pro masturbation here. Oh gosh, there's so many reasons I'm glad I'm not a man, but
Yeah.
that's the main one.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Listen, not to get too personal, but when I'm done, I just roll over and go to sleep.
Right? Exactly.
There's no socks
Don't have
involved.
to worry about anything.
Like if I was a man and could figure out a way to feel the enjoyment but not do that,
Yeah.
I would
that'd
get
be
that
great.
done.
Heck yeah.
Like I feel like it's declawing for dogs.
But I feel like they're really proud of it. That's why they're
for
singing rap
cats.
songs about it.
For cats, I don't think you declaw dogs. Yes,
How do we get on cats being declawed?
just saying, like, if you can declaw a cat, I feel like you should decom a man. I'm just saying, wouldn't that be so nice?
We think so.
Oh
I don't think they think that. I think it's like very proud of it.
I've actually, not to get too much into my
I
own
think we've
personal
already
life,
gone there, girl.
but then like I have been like, this is horrible. Like you hate this part of it, right? And he's like, not really. I'm like, really? Like it's gross.
Yeah, no, they really like it. I think they're really proud of it.
Gross.
It is so gross. Do they realize how gross we think it is?
I mean, Kevin does. I don't enjoy it. Oh, I just was not meant for this life. Not mean like here on earth. I'm just mean like
the life you're
the life I
leading.
chose. Just things could have been so much neater and hotter, frankly. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Okay, it's my turn.
All
and
right.
we are having a Reddit kind of night.
Uh-huh. You know what that means, everybody.
Yeah, time to write in those stories.
Mhm.
Especially you in the back who's been like, I don't know if my story's good enough. It is.
Yeah, our fan favorite last week, Christine. Where's
Yeah.
your story, girl?
We can't make you fan favorite again. Last week we reminded you to write in.
Come on now.
Come on. Okay, so this says, we're going to leave this person anonymous. It says, I posted this first in Reddit a long time ago and figured this would be a good place to share a few encounters with a ghost.
Ooh.
Not a mean-spirited one, but rather a more polite ghost who usually referred to himself as Dave.
Oh, he talked about himself.
Right. I've got a friend named Dave. He's a delight.
Okay.
Preston's husband.
Oh, yeah, he is a delight. I met him at the party.
Yeah, he's so fun. He's like, I don't know, beastly tall. He's so tall.
He's very tall.
He's got a real deep voice, but he's hilarious. Not that doesn't go hand in
Yeah.
hand.
Normally, really deep voiced men are not
I
funny
just
at
like
all.
Dave is such an adult name,
It is.
and he's like a big kid. Never saw him ever, but the best way to describe his voice is an elderly, hardcore smoker
Interesting.
answering you from another room. His voice is always muffled, but rough and coarse.
Mm.
Here are a few stories with Dave, edited for some clarification.
Okay.
So it's like bullet point style.
Okay. Love it.
The first time I ever actually heard Dave was when I was 9.
Mm.
I was in the living room reading a Batman comic book. Oh, that's like perfect,
So cute.
prime Dave material.
Yep.
I'm Batman. I'm Dave. I heard Dave asking me if Batman was fighting the Joker. It's Batman fighting the Joker. So I'll just do it. Sorry. I'm really into impressions
Really into
tonight.
voices tonight. Yeah.
Just tonight. It's never normally like this.
Yeah, right.
Okay. I mindlessly just answered, yeah, you can read this after I'm done.
Oh, it's so cute.
Took my young brain a minute before realizing that there was no one else in the house with me to ask me that at the time. Okay, second story. My mom once told me she was taking laundry to her room when she suddenly bumped into something large and invisible,
Oh, well, that's weird.
making her fall backwards with the laundry. She then heard Dave exclaim, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?"
Oh, I love Dave.
I know.
He's like, let me see that comic book.
Right? Except it's more like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. You okay?" My mom saw no one, but she felt like there was someone helping her get up as
Oh my
well
gosh.
as pointing out where the fallen clothes went.
Oh,
Like, what do you mean?
how are they pointing it if
How are
they're
you pointing that
invisible?
out?
Interesting. Anonymous, it just got suspect.
It did. They're invisible. I get the feeling like they're helping you out up, but how are they pointing?
Maybe leading them to
Maybe
it?
the clothes were moving a little bit. Like, oh, don't.
Also, where all did these clothes go? How far did they go that she can't just scan the room and see where all the clothes fell? Just saying, it seems like they'd be right there, just on the floor.
Next one. In my lifetime, we had about 7 cats who had lived with us. Every now and then, I will see one of them rolling over and enjoying someone or something petting them. Never could get it on camera.
Oh, like somebody is in the room.
Yeah.
I wonder if they see the actual fur move, or if it's more just like the cat's enjoying, like,
interacting with somebody.
Well, like my dogs will, out of nowhere, roll over so that their belly is exposed and just do that weird thing where they get real still.
Maybe they're being pet by somebody you can't see.
Yeah, maybe. I don't ever see any fur roll, and I think they're just ridiculous, crazy, silly dogs.
Okay, maybe. In high school, I got a few friends to bring over a Ouija board to my house in hopes to talk to Dave. Before we could even begin, the little triangle thing, planchette. Sorry, that's Dave. The little triangle thing that comes with the board vanished without a trace. Me and my friends were confused until we heard Dave say in a rough voice, "No, this is not the time. There is someone outside that you do not want to invite in here."
Oh, Dave is protecting them.
I love Dave.
I know.
Me and my friends just sat there in silence. Like, they're just hearing this voice
Audible,
all together.
I've never heard of a ghost that just audibly you can just hear their voice.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's almost like, go ahead.
Gosh, you suck so bad. It's almost like me and my friends just sat there in silence. Then we put the board away, only taking it out to burn it a few months later during summer camp.
Wait, you're not supposed to do that, are you?
I don't feel like you should burn that. No, that's releasing a lot of energy, and I don't like that.
You gotta do Jumanji style.
Yeah, you gotta finish what you started and then bury it.
Oh, you do have to finish what you started?
You have to say goodbye.
Oh, okay.
You have to close it out.
Okay.
If I've learned anything from all my ghost stories and paranormal stories.
So what happens if you don't? Monkeys are gonna come out and...
If you want to call spirits monkeys, then sure.
Or like big, gigantic mosquitoes.
You have to say no, or else you don't close the board and they can still interact in your world.
In our world, or whoever digs them back up again.
Nope, that's then their own problem. That's in your world. If you don't close it out, they're messing with you.
Okay,
and then the last one. Only once did I ask, why did Dave haunt our house? His response to this question was him knocking on the walls, leading me to my bedroom door. I opened it up, looked inside, and felt him push me into my room and close the door on me.
Don't like that, Dave.
He sent me to my room for asking him such a personal question. Never brought it up since.
Wow.
There hasn't been much activity of him since 2014, and my parents, who still live there, think he has moved on. He was a great ghost, and I hope he is in a better place now.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That is so sweet. It's like having a third parent.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I do kind of think it's funny, though, that their mind went to, he put me in timeout for asking that question. I was thinking like he's trying to give you a clue.
Yeah, like
something happened in this room.
It's like an escape room.
Yeah, I was never able to get out.
Right.
I've been trying for years.
Yeah. Ooh. I will never do an escape room.
Really?
That just sounds like
stupid. I mean, they sound really kind of stupid.
Yeah, like they don't really freak me out, but they're like, why? I don't want to do that.
Right. Here's the thing. I could just not pay you and walk out the door.
Right.
Of my own house
and that's
with a key.
Coming from somebody who I really like puzzles.
Yeah. I've never had any desire to do a puzzle or an escape room.
We had one of our kids ask Kevin and I, like, maybe we could do an escape room. And Kevin and I both at the same time were like, no, thank you. And then
now, see, I would do it for like a family night thing.
Oh.
Because, you're already kind of like, ugh, go do a family night thing.
No, out of all the things you could do with your family, that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
That sounds like you're going to fight.
Yeah, there'd probably be a lot of fighting.
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
It kind of freaks me out too. I like to know I can leave.
Well, you really can leave.
You can, but like you're kind of trapped a little bit.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I don't like that.
Okay, well, don't do it.
Okay.
No, why we're talking about escape rooms. Oh, that's how Dave died.
Yep. See, sometimes you can't leave. All right. Do you have any debunks for Dave?
I mean, I think I already threw my debunk out there not too long ago. I'm just saying, I've never heard of an audible ghost.
Yeah, that is interesting. Especially that everybody could hear him.
Everybody, mom could hear him, friends could hear him, you could hear him.
Yeah, that's weird. But
yeah,
mom
that
like
is weird.
ran into him. So you just think somebody made it up.
I mean,
Is that what you're saying?
I don't think that it was real.
Well,
I think that it was very well written. I think it was a very good ghost story.
Yeah,
I think that I don't know you, so I'm just going to go hard anonymous.
I keep picturing the guy from that movie that we watched with like the sweet ghost that you end up liking.
Oh, yeah.
But he couldn't even talk. Even in that movie, he couldn't talk.
Couldn't talk.
Huh.
I feel like it would take a lot, if I were a believer in ghosts, I feel like it takes a lot of energy for them to talk.
Yeah.
Although, in the movie Ghost, real people couldn't hear him, except for Whoopi.
Yeah. You got to have some
You got to have the right
connection.
person. But in this ghost scenario, everybody's the right person.
Everybody
can hear him.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. I want to believe he's real because he's adorable.
Well, he sounds so sweet. I love a twist of like, oh, I like this ghost. I don't want this ghost to go anywhere. This ghost is protecting me.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry we bumped into each other.
Yeah.
That's so awkward.
Oh my gosh, are you okay?
Right.
It's so hard to see me.
I'm going to help you up. I know you can't see me.
Here, let me show you where all the laundry just went. She's like,
That's a man.
Mansplaining how the laundry just fell on the floor.
Yeah, no, I see it. Thank you. I also have eyes that work. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm also alive and real.
Thank you. I can actually pick it up. Ooh, look at me.
Look at me go. But no, you're right. You're way better at this than I am.
Oh, gosh. Oh, boy.
Okay. Well, you ready for fan favorite tonight?
Yes, I'm ready.
So tonight's fan favorite is the lovely Tori. I found Tori. I went back to old school Instagram again.
Okay.
Finding lots of little nuggets over there.
Yeah. You should go back to Facebook next week because people are popping up there.
Ooh, okay. I certainly will. But this week it is Tori, and Tori would like for us to plug. She said, "Oh, you could plug my little business, Tori Thrifts, here on Instagram, selling vintage and modern fashion."
Okay.
We definitely will, Tori. So please go to Instagram, type in Tori Thrifts here on Instagram, and find yourself something. It's the holiday season. You might want to just look for something vintage and fun.
It's the holiday season.
Yep, that's what she said. So thank you so much, Tori, for listening and supporting our little podcast. You are our fan favorite this week.
Yes, thank you so much, Tori. If you would like to be as cool as Tori and support our podcast, you can go to myskepticalsister.com where you can find out how to write in. You can find our Patreon. $3 a month gets you weekly bonus content, a sticker, a magnet, and $5 a month gets you all that, plus our monthly movie night, which we forgot to announce, but we just had it.
Uh-huh.
We are recording on Monday, and that happens on Thursday. But by the time you listen, it will have just happened, and it was amazing.
It was so much fun.
We were scared. We were laughing. Oh my
laughs.
Gosh, it was great. And if you want to become a free member, you don't get all of that gorgeous stuff, but you do get our 5th Wednesday content. So if there's a 5th Wednesday in the month, you get that content.
There you go.
And that's free, baby. Just go sign up for free. Actually, we've gotten 2 new free members since I said that.
Nice. That's great.
And we got 2 new members, $3 tier.
Well, hey.
Welcome,
Okay.
welcome.
Get on in here. Snuggle up. I bet you'll be a fan favorite soon if you haven't already been one.
Well, one of them has been, but
okay.
Biggs, I'm looking at you. You're going to be next.
Oh, hey, Biggs.
Okay. On our website, you can also find our P.O. box. You can also write us in directly at myskepticalsister@gmail.com with all of your good ghost stories. You can rate, review, subscribe wherever you listen. And you can follow our socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And I think that's it. We love you guys. We'll talk to you next week.
A Deutsch and Doris.
A Deutsch and Doris.
A Deutsch and Doris.
That
a
sounds...
drink at the door.
La 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 la.
Is that where?
I feel like that's a gnat on steroids.
It's huge, isn't it?
It is gigantic. But
Did you get it?
Nope, there it is. But it's not like a... I think I injured him, though. Just kind of like... it's not like a mosquito.
Yeah. I see him.
He's a huge bitch. That have fallen into a state of despair. Oh,
not beautiful yet.
Into a state of disrepair. Let's try that again.
Okay.
I like how you direct me through your cough.
Well, sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
It sounded like we laughed at asked or something, and I
We
was
laughed
like,
at that ass. Okay, let's try it again.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
I think I just really missed wine. I haven't had wine in a long time.
Yeah, it is good. I had plenty of it on Saturday night, though.
Oh no, we're good vibes only. We're all skeet over here. Looked inside and
Oh, God.
bless you.
Goodness, you got it. You got it now.